Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel live audits. I'm so sorry. I realized I set up the live wrong, the other link. So it was for streaming software and I'm running this straight through YouTube and I couldn't switch. So we had to go with the new link. So I will just give everyone a second to move over from there. I see Mercy's already here. Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is the first time I've done a live on a Saturday in a minute. So very exciting. We are going to go over what's working in your channels and some things that probably aren't working so well. So if you will just stick with me for one moment, I'm going to make sure that I have everything up and running from the other link so that we are good to go here. So just give me one moment. Okay. Hey, family moments. I'm anxious to hear from you today and possibly get my channel audited. Yes. Okay. So Mercy and family moments, we'll go into that. I try to take things one step at a time with these and in the order of people that I see. And also, I know we had some links from others. Okay, so I want to make sure that I do that as well. Okay, so I want to ask you first, and I know some of you put this in the poll. I saw we had 29 votes from the other poll, and I had asked, what is, oops, I can hear myself from my side. I wanted to know, what's your biggest struggle right now on YouTube? What are you struggling with most when it comes to channel growth? Okay, so I want you to go and fill that out in the comments. I'm going to start a poll. So my question is, what's your biggest struggle right now? Maybe it's that I don't know what to post. So I'm going to put that. I don't know what to post. And I'll also have this so you can vote to post. Maybe you don't feel confident on camera. I saw someone posted that. So we're going to put, I don't feel confident on camera. That's a real thing. But remember, I was talking to a girl at the gym the other day because she's like, what do you do for work? And whenever people ask me that question, I'm like, oh, what do I do for work? No, I said, I am on YouTube. Well, I said, I have a channel and then I help others scale channels and I manage channels. And she was saying, oh gosh, I would be bad at YouTube. And she meant like she's introverted. But I told her, I said, guess what? Introverts are some of the best people on YouTube because you're not talking to a group of people. That's why my pet peeve is when people say, what's up, guys, on their channel. Okay. It's not a family of 12 watching your video together, right? Usually it's just like one person on the other end of a phone that's watching you. So it's an intimate conversation that you're getting to have. And if you can see it like that, you will win on YouTube. And if you think, gosh, I'm speaking to a group of people, you're going to see it like a show and you're going to come off like it's not actually you. But guess what? If you see it like, oh my gosh, I'm just having a conversation with one of my besties, then the real you comes through because we're supposed to be building these connections and relationships. And how are people going to want to be your friend on YouTube if you're coming off kind of like a strange version of yourself? What makes you magnetic are the what's the word I want? The special parts of your personality that come out when we are with our favorite people, right? Okay, so I'm going to add that. I want to also know, maybe it's that your channel just isn't growing. So we're talking about what's your biggest struggle. My channel isn't growing and you do not know why. And the last one is going to be that you are trying to get clients. So I don't know how to get clients from YouTube. Okay, because that's a big thing. Are you trying to make money on YouTube, build out your business? So I put the poll back in here now. Okay. Let's start now then right off with the audits. And what's so cool about this is when you actually see someone else's channel get audited, you will look at your channel and you'll be like, whoa, I'm making all of these mistakes too. Let me go fix them. And so as I go through them and you watch me do this to other people, you can be going through and auditing your channel at the same time. And then if I get your channel, boom, it's already like up a couple levels than when we first started. Oh, okay. So, and I'm sorry today if you're like, Danie, Where is your normal energy? I am somewhat tired this morning. We've had a crazy 3 weeks in my life, just some personal things going on with family health. And I will say, like, praise Jesus, everything is doing really well, but it's been a whirlwind. Okay. So that's why this live got pushed back anyway. You're like, Danie, we care, but not really get into the audits. Okay. I see you. Let's get into these audits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the first channel here. What's up, Dr. Chandas? Hope I said that right. Hey, Soul Whisperer. Hey, Marlene. Let me get into it. So I have, and if you want your channel audited, what I would recommend is that you need to send me a link to your channel and your channel handle. So I want you to put at and then whatever your channel handle is, so it's easy for me to get into. So like Catherine, she sent me the at Catherine, and so at Catherine Toon at MD, so I'm able to look it up really easily, and then I can click into it. Okay, so let's begin. These are so fun, aren't they? Okay. So right now, I've got Catherine's. Also, okay, Mercy. Okay, we got family moments. Okay, perfect. So right now I'm doing this one right here with Mercy, and I'm going to screen share. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. The first thing I see, we've got Catherine Toon, MD. Catherine Toon is an author, prophetic speaker, and coach encouraging you to experience. So this first thing, when you're thinking about your about section, this first sentence, I would recommend to have it where you need to have it be just this amount of characters. Okay. I can't remember what it is. If it's like 40 or something, you'll have to look, but you need to shorten this so that it doesn't cut off. I want to be able to know, boom, this is who you are. And then you could have a next paragraph that goes in. So if somebody clicked in, right. But I want to know this sentence. I want it to be really clear. Like, what do you offer? And I don't want it to cut off. Experience God, experience love. I would also say this, Catherine, first off, it's looking really good. I love this photo. I think that the branding looks crisp and nice. Experience God, experience love, for me, is not super clear. What do you want to know when people get on your page? Boom, immediately. What do you want them to know about you, right? If someone gives us the honor of clicking into our channel, I want to know right away, what are you offering me? Experience God, experience love. I want to know what does that mean exactly? Okay. How are you helping me? So if you're helping me experience God and experience love, in what way? Okay. So if I see you're an author, prophetic speaker, and coach, encouraging you to experience God and discover who you truly are, then I would say, like, coach for whoever your main clients are, who is the main ideal client you're trying to bring your business, coach for millennial women to experience God and discover who they truly are. Something like that, I would love to see in your channel banner. I think that would be awesome. And then just subscribe to weekly prophetic emails and get instant access to free ebooks. Okay, I would also just shorten this a little bit, right? This is a lot for people to read. So like, subscribe for weekly emails, or I would just pick one. So maybe get instant access to free ebooks. So like, get instant access to, and then pick your the most popular ebook, and you can say down below, or you could change that to this sentence here, like, hey, click the link below to work together. You could change that right here to that, and then it would go into your sales page, which is, it's looking really lovely, by the way. So if you can see here, you've got, if this is a free thing, are you ready to encounter God as love? You can make that one of your links. So anyway, I think like you could make that the text here, and then have people want to click into your link. Like, something that I do for my channel is, you'll see we have, something you can see in my channel is, I've got scale with the work together. Boom, that way I'm sending them to the link to me and sign up for whatever program that I'm promoting. Okay, so something getting people to want to click into.
I just wanted to
this is great. I think, let's see. welcome to my channel. I would say too, sometimes what's more helpful than just a welcome to my channel video would be one of your top videos. So I would go in and say, and if you aren't getting a lot of hits on this video, maybe going with one of your most popular. So I would go to videos and then I would click maybe one of these that's really done well for your channel and gotten subscribers, I would put as your top video. All right. Then next, let's go. Videos, podcast perspectives with Catherine Toon, marked by love. So I would maybe even add in some more playlists, if you could, that would be specifically to what your audience is wanting from you, what they're learning from you. If I hit videos, A Seamless Union with God with John Crowder. Let's just do the latest ones. Empowering authors. I love how all of your branding is very similar, so it's clear who you are, and this is one of your videos. I would say that actually, if we look at top thumbnails, and I would look at what are your thumbnail numbers right now looking like. And so I want everyone to think about this. What is your current? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I heard I was breaking up a bit. I want to know, what is your current click-through rate? Let me see. All right. Am I breaking up? Can we hear me okay? Breaking up here too, but back for now. Okay. Am I back? Am I back all right? I should have a strong connection. I just unplugged something from my screen. Still breaking up. Okay, hang on. Okay, let me see. You can hear me fine now? Okay, so odd. Hopefully we're good to go, but just keep me posted if it comes back. I try to get rid of some things in my computer in case it was me. All right. So let's keep going. I want everyone to think about what your click-through rate is on your channel, okay? So if you don't know what your click-through rate is, you're going to go into your YouTube Studios. You're going to hit your, still breaking up. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can switch over. The video is fine for me. Okay, thanks, Justin. All right, so I'm just going to keep going. Hopefully it'll come back on for those who can't see. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your YouTube studio. All right, is you're going to hit on analytics, and then from there you will hit content, okay? Now, in this content section, if you also upload shorts, you are going to hit videos. We just want to see videos, and I want you to see your impressions click-through rate, okay? The impressions click-through rate is going to tell you how often your thumbnails are getting clicks. Now, if your thumbnail, CTR, we call it, click-through rate, thumbnail click-through rate is less than 4%, we need to be making some modifications, okay? We need to modify our thumbnails so that they are more enticing and get more clicks. So that means every time YouTube shows someone your thumbnail, what percentage of the time are they clicking on it, okay? So 6% is awesome. 4% is all right. Anything less than that, we really need to be making adjustments. So 5.6%, I'm pretty happy with. I would love to see it at 6. If yours is even higher, great. Sometimes when your videos go viral, the click-through rate will actually go down because YouTube's pushing it out to a bigger audience that may not be as interested, but they're testing it out for you. But the thing with thumbnails is people buy the outside of your videos first. If you can't package it well enough, it's never going to get clicks. And so you need to study top thumbnails in order to understand what is working. Okay. You need to study top thumbnails and you need to figure out what do all of these top thumbnails have in common. And usually it's going to be a very large, clear picture of a face with a big expression and limited text. So with that being said, when we look at thumbnails, you need to ask yourself, is there a solid picture of a face on here that has a lot of expression? Is there, so for these, like I would make the faces bigger, okay? I would take away the episode number and the perspectives with Catherine Toon. I would take that out. If you always have a picture of yourself that's big within it, that's great because people will always know it's Catherine because you have a picture of your face on it. So I would take a picture of your face, make it big. I would take a picture of one of the people that you've had on your podcast, their face a bit larger, and then you could have a really exciting quote from it, or God's not angry, like that's interesting. Okay, God's not angry, and then a picture of YouTube a bit larger. And if you want some help with that, I would look up top podcasts where people have multiple speakers. What do those thumbnails have in common? Study them and apply them to here, and you'll watch your click-through rate really go up, because I'm sure these interviews are super interesting, but we want to be getting more clicks and views, and so that's really going to come with thumbnails. And so if we decrease the text, make the images of our faces larger, take away the episode numbers, I think you're going to see a big difference there. I think though it's looking great. You're staying consistent. Tweaks to the thumbnails, I think are going to be huge, and then making it really clear when people hop on your page who it is that you are helping. And so for everyone, is it clear who you are? Is it clear who you're asserting yourself to be? Is it clear who you help? Is it clear how you help? Are your thumbnails working? Okay, very helpful. And then are your titles also ranking? And how do we see that? Well, are we showing up in Google? Are our views coming from Google search at all? And we can do that by actually looking into our analytics as well. So if I go to my YouTube studio, let me share this tab instead. I can go to content and I can figure out, okay, how are my videos showing up in search? So let's take, like, for example, I've got this Kajabi community tutorial. All right, if I hit analytics here, you'll see I can go to reach, and then I can scroll down and I can see how are viewers finding this video. Well, they're finding it through YouTube search and external. If none of your views on your videos are coming from YouTube search, you need to be writing stronger titles. And I would highly recommend after this that you go and you watch my SEO YouTube video. That video is gold. If you haven't watched it yet, I literally break down my whole SEO strategy. Okay, I will link that after, but you need to be writing strong titles that, yes, can get found in YouTube recommendation, but they also need to be able to be found in YouTube search, because that's where the money is, in YouTube search. Why? Because we have someone who we think, oh, this would be a great client. They look up answer a question, they find the answer to their question from your video, boom, they watch, they download your opt-in, or they're like, wait, I want to work with this person, I want to know more. They sign up for your program. So YouTube search is the key. And guess what? I'm now even getting hits from ChatGPT. People putting in questions to ChatGPT and my videos showing up. That's the power of SEO. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. Great job, Catherine. And I want to move into Family Moments Fun. Family Moments Fun, are you here with us? Family Moments Fun. All right. Let me know if you are here, Family Moments Fun, because we are going to look into your channel. Also, we can see that 40% of people's biggest struggle right now is that your channel isn't growing. Let's talk about that more as we do these audits, okay? Because now more than ever, I really think that YouTube is pushing out videos of smaller channels if we can package our YouTube videos correctly. But I think the biggest problem is within the packaging. We aren't packaging it quite right. And we're not thinking about our ideal viewer. We're thinking about like, this is how I would want to create it, instead of, is this how my ideal viewer wants to consume the content? What's going to be most helpful for them? How do their minds work when consuming content? Okay. With that being said, let's go into family fun. Okay. Really cool lessons. Every family moment's fun, where you lessons to teach the truth cuts off. Okay, so I want to know straight from this page, is it clear who you are, who you're for, who your ideal viewer is, and how you help that person? Right now, it isn't clear to me. I don't really know what really cool object lessons means, but I love this fluffy dog. And I really actually, I like this branding too. I want you to be clear. Okay, we create really cool object lessons to help who do what. That I want that to be really clear here. And you probably are, to teach the truth about what matters most. Again, what matters most? So I want to assume people know nothing when they get on this page about me. What does that mean? Whether you're a teacher looking for ideas, a parent trying to teach your child about Jesus, or simply someone searching for wholesome content, we hope you'll find value, humor, and truth in our weekly lessons. While serving as children's pastors for over 20 years, I've been exposed to all kinds of object lessons. Now it's time to share some of them with you. Feel free to tweak or use in any way that blesses you. Okay, so great. Children's pastor for 20 plus years. I think that should be in this section up here. Like, hey, and what's your name too? So I would say, okay, if I'm going to say trust family moments for these object lessons, you've got Pastor Robbie and Sadie. So I would say Pastor Rob and Sadie should be somewhere here. Family moments with Pastor Rob and Sadie. And then I would say, really cool object lessons for children to know Jesus, or whatever it is. Just expand on it a bit, make it more clear who you are. Because when we're building out YouTube channels now, especially when we're competing with things like AI that can have really amazingly personalized object lessons, what makes you different is your personal experience in the field and you. And so I always tell people now, like, you're building stock in your name. You're building a personal brand that has value because of who you are and your experiences. So you really need to sell that and hone in on that. And the more you can share about yourself here and make it clear, the better it's going to do. I can even see here a huge congrats on the 42,000 subscribers. That's incredible. You can see here you've had solid growth, 484 subscribers in the last 30 days. And we can see even you've had 5 videos in the last 4 days. So I love it. You're staying really consistent. I think just getting a little bit more clear on selling you guys and then on what you offer. You've got get a free lesson plan by visiting our website. I think that's great to have on one of your first videos. You could even put, all this information in your banner. And then this first sentence could be something like that. Also, get a free lesson plan by visiting our website, and have that link here too. You could put that again. All right. What a cool background that you have. Oh my gosh, these videos look so fun. How cool is this? I love your channel. Wow. Incredible. I think that you have really great thumbnails. I love that the branding is clear. I would add some playlists though. So especially if people are going to get onto your page, what other playlists could you have? Like object lessons involving food or object lessons on. Maybe there's different categories of the Bible that you're teaching. So I would make it just easier for people to digest your content by adding some playlists. And I have a whole video that you can look up, Danie J, look up how to organize your YouTube channel. That video could be really helpful for you to watch. If I go to videos, kids about kind of lives. Since in I think that's your thumb. You have a birth think, make your object lesson about folly using perfume. I think you could even make your titles even a little bit longer just on the back end to make them be more search engine optimized. So like object lesson about folly using perfume, you could put the line here and then say, add on any other keywords that you think would be searchable for that on the back end. A lot of YouTube coaches will say to have short titles. And I will say, as someone who really heavily relies on YouTube search, that having sometimes adding a little, that line, whatever that's called, I'll put it in the chat box, this line here in your title, and then having a back end of just some more keywords to make it more searchable, I think can be really helpful. So I would do something like you've got main interesting title words, and then I'd have the back end be like YouTube tips 2025. So I just put in the comments like an example. So I would have the main part of my title, and then the back end I could have just some additional search engine words that still make sense that go along with the title, but on the back end. So just could be something interesting, I think, to try to even push your videos out that much more. But I think you're doing a great job. This is looking fabulous. These are just some of the small tweaks that I would make, but I love this. I actually, my husband and I now are the youth leaders at our church, which, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right? So I'm going to need to look at these because sometimes I'm out of ideas for what to do. Our high schoolers and middle schools are together because we go to a really small church. So it has to be something kind of like for all ages. But anyway, cool. Great work. I love to see what you're doing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, let's move into the next one here. Let me know in the comments, is this helpful? Are people getting some new ideas? I would love to okay, I'm so glad to hear it. I'm gonna stop sharing here, but yeah, Robbie, you guys are doing an awesome, awesome job. And Sadie. Oh, so cool. And I love the dog. Anyway, really fun. I'll have to check out that channel later. Okay. Now let's go into it. Okay, who also gave me we've got Soul Whisperer. So if you added an @ I'm going to try and get to you. Okay, so for those who got here early, and I've got your handle with the @ and then the handle, I'm just kind of going in order as I see them. So Soul Whisperer, I'm finding you right now. Okay, Soul Whisperer, there you are. Okay, I found you. Okay. Dr. Chandice, I will definitely try to get to you. Yes, you're after this. You are after this. Okay. Hopefully the connection's a bit better now. These are so fun. I'm starting to have a lot of fun. I love doing these audits. I think they're very exciting for me. And it's so cool to look and see what everybody's doing. Okay. Soul Whisperer, spirituality, tarot, life coaching, yoursoulwhisperer.com. This is the first thing I want to know. What is your name? That's the first thing I'm going to ask. What is your name? Do you go by Soul Whisperer? Probably not, right? So I want to know who you are, just like what I told Robbie. I love when people come to a channel. Usually they're coming to the channel because of you. And so oftentimes, and I'll notice this on Instagram a lot too, like I'll get on someone's Instagram and then I'll want to DM them, but their name won't be anywhere on their account. So I'll be like, hey, you, what's going on? Because their name's nowhere. So you need to go check your Instagram too. Is your name there? It needs to be clear. But yes, so I would love to see your name here. Okay. And Soul Whisperer, you can let me, maybe I will see it in here, but let's click here, your info, and let's see. All right. Soul Whisperer shares inspiration, motivation, encouragement, and reminders, wisdom, and practices, and supportive guidance to help people elevate in consciousness and personal vibration. Okay, this video. So her work. This is one part of her. So you say her mission to minister to, inspire, motivate, and help others create and redirect their lives through her work as spiritual life coach, energy practitioner. Okay, again. So I would love to just have your name in here and then be really clear, like who is your ideal audience. Oh, Althea, I found you. Okay. So I had to go all the way to your website to see your name. So Althea Grace, I found you. I want to know who your dream client is. Who are you trying to help? All right. So I would get really clear on that on your channel. Okay. So there are a lot of people in this niche, right? So how do you differentiate yourself? I want to know a little bit about who you're specifically for. And that doesn't mean that you'll push away other people to work with. That's the one really common fear that I get from all of my YouTube clients. I say, hey, you have to pick one person that you're talking to on your channel. Is it like millennial female entrepreneurs wanting to build an online course like that? That could be for me. Well, people would say, but I don't want to push away like Gen X male entrepreneurs. If I do that, if I niche down, is that going to make it so that other people aren't going to want to work with me? No, but you pull in your ideal clients so much better when you are for something specific. Okay. It helps us differentiate ourselves when we're a small channel and we're competing with channels that have millions of subscribers. So I would get clear on that. But I think that this is looking really nice. You've got beautiful picture of yourself. And then again, this cuts off. So I would make this more specific. What do you want people to do in this sentence? How do you want them to take action here? Our YouTube banner, if people haven't kind of picked it up by now, our YouTube banner is clear of who we are, who we're for, who we help. And then this link here can be more helpful to get people, or this text here can be more helpful to get people to then click on this link down below. Because our goal usually with YouTube isn't for people to just stay on our YouTube channel. It's also to then get into our program or work with us one-on-one, or most of us have an offer outside of YouTube. So we want to make sure we promote that. You've got a welcome to my channel. I would add more to this. Okay. So new viewers to Soul Whisperer, add more to the description here so people can read along with it. Also, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. And what else? So welcome to my channel. We do this more. Going to have a video like this, the better. Okay. Because a lot of times when people do a channel, they're not going to really want to watch a trailer video unless it's really good or it compels them of like, what's in it for me? Okay. So you can say, welcome all with blank. Listen to this first. Okay. So always we're thinking, how do we get into the mind of our viewer of like, what's in it for me? That's what someone's always asking. Think about when you scroll through YouTube, we're asking, what is in it for me? Why would I click on this? Well, I'm going to click on it because this is clickbait and I want to know the drama of what's going on with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. That's been on my feed a lot. Okay. And I don't always click on them, but so it's entertainment. All right. Or two, I want to learn something. What am I going to get out of it? I'm going to be entertained, or I'm going to learn, or it's just like an interesting topic to me, right? Either way, it's offering me something that I want. And so we have to always present our videos in a way that's, we're in it for the viewer. Okay. So if you can shift your mindset, and as I'm talking to everybody, not just Althea here, we want to shift our mindset into everything of what's in it for the viewer. Because they're always asking themselves, if there's not something in it for me, then I'm outie. I'm outie 5,000. Okay. And we still write, it's my birthday again. Happy late birthday. All right. So the one thing I noticed right away on your titles is I would love for them to be more specific. Also, you just did one hour ago. You're very consistent. Okay. So love to see the consistency. I think that you recommend to titles that more specific, hidden what June wants you to see. again, I don't totally know what that means, but if you can get more specific, if anything is searchable, like what is your ideal viewer trying to find, add that into your titles. Watch that SEO video is going to be really helpful. I like that all of your thumbnails have a picture of you. That's great. Okay. So people always know that it's your videos and your branding is staying consistent. And then I would say also some of these are hard to read. So like I think that says tarot energy, but I can hardly read it. So I might pick for your font something a little bit easier to read. Like you could keep this cursive, but then maybe add in just like a regular font that is easier to read. And like, look, I can't read any of that really June tarot love energy, this one. So we want to make sure that our text is all really easy to read from afar. If I have to lean into my screen to read it, it's too small. And then we want the text to always on the thumbnail be really enticing. If you haven't downloaded my AI prompts, I have an AI prompts guide where I give you really helpful prompts to put into YouTube to help you write strong, high click-through rate titles and thumbnail phrases. So like, here's an example from that AI prompt that you can download for free. I'm going to put it in the chat box. It looks like this. It says, oh, it's going to cut off. It's too long. I'll give you some of it, and then I'll give you the link to download these. Here's an example. It says, give me 10 short, high click-through rate thumbnail text ideas for my YouTube video titled blank. The text should be emotionally compelling, curiosity-driven, or have shock value. Okay, so something like that, you can see, I'll pin it, but these prompts are really helpful. And if you were to go to my website, heydanij.com/ is it AI prompts or AI? Let's see. Might be. Yep. Okay. We got it. Do heydanij.com/AI prompts, but I'll also put it here. This is where you can download that. And if you haven't yet, you're welcome. It's so helpful. I literally use them all the time. So these aren't just ones like I use these ones. I'm going to pin that. Okay. But you know, Althina, you're killing it. Great work. You're staying consistent. It's a marathon. Hopefully these tips were helpful. Niche down a bit more, I think would be really helpful for you. Great work. Great work. Okay. Now up next, we have Dr. Shondas. I hope I'm saying that right. Dr. Shondas. Let me know. Oh, so glad to hear it, Althina. Okay. We're moving on. We're moving on. Okay. Okay. We have Dr. Shondas, public health physician, mom, women's health, motherhood, skincare, more. We can see breastfeeding postpartum. All right. So I love the branding here. Great work. I would say, what's the main thing you want to speak of? And let's scroll through first so I can get kind of a better idea. So you've got pregnancy tips, postpartum care, baby's first year, breastfeeding. So it really, really seems to be mostly highly related to new moms and breastfeeding, essential newborn care. Okay, cool. So if that's the case right now, I would really like dial in on that as you're scaling, because I think it's going to be the most beneficial for your growth. So right here, this is a lot. Honest conversation of women's health, motherhood, skincare. That's a lot of stuff. You can talk about skincare and other things as well on your channel. But if you're mainly talking about and wanting to get people in when it comes to pregnancy and postpartum, then I would say that like you could do Dr. Chandas, public care health physician / mom. And then I would put your favorite physician on all things pregnancy, postpartum, and your baby's first year. Like I might really hone in on like just that, because again, they want to put you in a box to know you for, oh, I go to Dr. Chandas when it comes to all things like baby, pregnancy, first year, because that's a really beautiful amount of time that people then will learn from you. They build trust with you. They're going to want to keep learning from you later on women's health and skincare and all that, but have them know you for one thing in the beginning. And I want that to be really, really clear. So I know you've got weekly tips on pregnancy, breastfeeding, postpartum. Get rid of that altogether and just make that the main thing up here. Yeah, but this is looking, I love these pictures of you. These are so cute. Hi, I'm Dr. Chandas, a consultant physician in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and a maternal and yeah. So I think this is some great information. Where do you want to send people? You're sending people to your Instagram. Okay. So I would just shorten this. And if you want to send people to a different link, you can, and make that clear where you want to send them to. But then remember, either this is going to be like, hey, let's work together, or it's going to be something short and sweet that like gets people to know you a little bit better. So like your new favorite Dr. Bestie on all things so-and-so. But again, keep it short and sweet. And I do love that you have some of your qualifications here. Looking good. But yeah, I would spend a little time kind of tweaking that sentence there. And then I love how you have a video that you recently posted as the pinned video. I think that's great. And it shows you're posting current content. You've got videos, popular videos. So I've got for you, your videos, 12 days ago, 3 weeks, popular videos, and then pregnancy tips. I think that these are looking really good. I think great job of, and this is a good example for everyone, of having strong playlists. So you've got pregnancy tips and advice, everything from early signs of pregnancy to preparing for labor. And I would add even like from pregnancy tips and advice from like with Dr. Chandas. So I think what kind of sets you apart is a lot of people give pregnancy advice. A lot of people give postpartum care tips, but the difference is you're an actual MD, right? So I think having that in the text of your playlist could also be beneficial. Post care tips. But yeah, this is looking really, really good. Great work. And then I would say too, let's just look really quickly at the videos here. Why weaning is tougher than you think. Doctor, mother still unprepared. When breastfeeding hurts, causes, and how to fix it. Pregnancy myths thought were true. So something I think really good. I would continue to try and stick with the same colors and fonts as you're continuing to build out your brand. Though you do usually always have pictures of yourself. Making sure to always have a picture of yourself using kind of the same colors and brands is going to be really helpful. Something like this, pregnancy myths you thought were true. That's a big title that probably a lot of people you have a lot of competition. So what you'd want to do is you want to make specific. You want to add in like a year, like pregnancy myths you thought were true that aren't in 2025, because it's science too, right? So things people that thought back in 2018 are going to be different than what they think in 2025. So you can always add the year of things to make it more specific, and that's going to help it better rank in YouTube's algorithm. You'll notice in all my videos that I always try and do that. I try and add the year to my videos, and then I actually don't say the year. So I will put the year in the title, and then in the actual video, I won't use it. So I'll be like, hey, here are the top course creation platforms of the year. Here are the top 5 pregnancy myths you thought were true of the year that aren't. Why don't I say the year? Because YouTube is a long game, right? Very quickly, we're already 6 months into the year. Is it going to be 2026? If I say 2025 in my video, boom, it's already outdated. So I take away the year in the title for the next year. I just say top pregnancy myths you thought were true. I don't change the year. Some YouTubers will tell you to change the year. That's just like an ethics thing for me. If I didn't film it in the year, then I'm not going to change it to that year unless everything is still relevant. But I'll just take it away. But at least in that 2025 year, it was hyper optimized and helping me out in search. So just some tips for you there. But overall, looking great. You're doing incredible. Congratulations on over 3,000 subscribers. You are crushing it and staying so consistent.
If you have ever cried while
So
breastfeeding, you're not
I will be
alone.
watching your channel, and hopefully I have a baby one day. Okay, here we go. I'm just me, Marlene. That's how I am going to sing your channel. Okay. Dr. Chandas, don't worry. This is recorded if you're breaking up. So hopefully people can hear me okay. I don't know why I'm breaking up because I have a good connection. So what the heck, Garuzo? All right. We're moving on. I'm just me, Marlene. All right. Marlene, are you with me? Okay. Thank you. You're so welcome, Dr. Chandas. You are crushing it. Also, love to see, we still have for our poll, what's your biggest YouTube struggle right now? 40% are still saying my channel isn't growing, though 23% say I don't feel confident on camera. We talked about, remember, what's a goal to being more confident on camera? Just remembering that we are just talking to the camera like a good friend, like it's that one person you really enjoy being around that's right in front of you. That's who you're talking to. And I also recommend to say people's names as you film. So I will say some of my favorite clients' names, like as I script my video. So let's, for example, say I'd be like, Sarah, are you struggling right now with course creation? I feel you. So by saying her name, I really feel like I'm actually talking to someone. And then I have my editor edit it out. Boop. But people will send me videos and they'll be like, I feel really awkward. And I say, okay, well, send it to me. Did you say someone's name throughout your script and edit it out? And they'll say no. I'll say, okay, well, do it again and add somebody's name. And it's always so much better. Okay. I digress. Marlene, I'm so sorry. Let's look at your channel now. Hopefully Marlene is, oh, she's here. Okay. I'm just me, Marlene, plus size fashion, style, and body positivity. Awesome. I would love, I'm trying to think, and I would maybe do some, I would love if, I would maybe even change, and you don't have to listen to me here, but I would even just change like Marlene. And then I guess, let's see, is this your Instagram too? I'm just me, Marlene. It's also your Instagram handle. Oh, so cute. Okay, I'm on your Instagram right now. Yeah, I might even change it to like Marlene plus size fashion and style. I think having your name and then, but I'm just me, Marlene. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I might even add just like on the back end too of it, what you do could be good too. I'll think more about this. But anyway, I'm just me, Marlene. Plus, I think this is an awesome, really clear YouTube banner. Plus size fashion, style, and body positivity. Great. Where are you trying to send people? Got a Wix website, a bit about you. Okay, cool. So I'm me, Marlene. You don't need to say this again. Hi, I'm just me, Marlene, because it says it all up here, right? I'm just me, Marlene. So you don't want to waste space by saying that again, right in that section, because you only have so much room. You want to make sure that you go straight into it. So you'd be like, here, I share plus size fashion and style for apple-shaped mature women. Amazing. Perfect. I think if you cut out this first part here, this might all fit and not cut off. And you can even put like sharing plus size fashion and then like the at symbol and style for apple shaped mature women. I think could be good. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So love this. You're getting steady growth, 24,000 subscribers, Marlene. Ooh, you're crushing it. And you can see you've had 391 subscribers in the past 30 days. That's incredible. 76,000 views. So love to see that. Let's scroll down. So how to style an apple-shaped body. Now, everybody, this is a great, and I only say everybody because we got a group right now. This is a live. Okay. Normally I'm not breaking my rule. Okay. Okay. Like Danie, you're not okay. I know. This is a great example of what to do for the trailer video for a channel. She put how to style an apple-shaped body, outfit inspiration for big bellies. Amazing. This is like, this super hits who she's talking to. It's informational. It's really helpful. It's chef's kiss picking this video as instead of just like a trailer. This is really awesome. It's something that you know your ideal viewer is wanting to watch. It's really helpful. It's gotten good views. It has 28,000 views. So I love it. I also love how you wrote this title. This is great. Outfit inspo for big, yeah, really strong title. You are crushing it. I love your thumbnails already. I love that it's so clear what videos are yours. So you've got videos, then popular, that's great. And then you've got tips and tricks. So this, I want to be specific. So because playlists can actually show up in YouTube search and they can show up in Google search. Isn't that crazy? So I would optimize this. So like tips and tricks, if this is all for like plus size and apple, should say like fashion and style tips for plus size apple shaped bodies. I'd make it really specific. And let's talk videos to help you grow and find a better version of yourself. Again, like I would make this, if this is body positivity, get specific. So videos, or, you know, it could just be like how to find a better version of yourself line, like plus size, body positivity, mental health Q&A. You know, just again, make it specific here. Again, capsule wardrobes for plus size apple shaped bodies. And then, yeah, make most of what you have, or, you know, look and feel your best or whatever. Okay. So I think these are really great, but I would just, they need to be specific. Okay. All my plus size hauls in one place, apple shaped body. This is perfect. See, this is a great example of you already doing this here. So you just want to make sure you do that for your other ones as well. And then you've got makeup and beauty is the last one that doesn't quite relate to the other things. I think that's totally fine. And I would think you're right in having that one be last. If we go to videos, yeah, Marlene, you're doing an incredible clear. Like these are videos, you keep the same. To see everyone see this, like what you want, the thumbnails where like it's just so clear who she is, her branding. I could pick her stuff out easily if I was trying to like looking at competitors' pages, right? So like for example, we've got a title, how to dress your apple-shaped body to avoid looking boxy. Yeah, these are great titles, great thumbnails. I think you're doing an incredible job. Dresses for apple shapes, she in plus size haul. Great. So see how even she did this in her title where she's got the first part, that's kind of the searchable dresses for apple shapes. And then she's got the back subtitle, she in plus size haul. Yeah, these are looking really good. I don't have much to say here because I think you're doing a great job. And the views show, right? You're getting consistently a solid amount of views. I'm wondering what your next, like, how can people work with you after this? Do you offer style? Like, do you offer styling people or whatever? Because I definitely think you need something. You need to be building out an email list. And I feel like you're not right now. I see you've got this website, Pinterest or whatever, but I would love to see you create some sort of like an opt-in, like my guide for apple-shaped, like dress guide for apple-shaped bodies. Boom, people download it. You've built out an email list. When you have your offer or you offer personalized like strategy sessions or stylings, I don't know if that's something you ever wanted to even do, but I just think you could be monetizing this even more. Maybe you already are, but if you're not doing that, I would highly encourage you to do that. And I just is really good. Yes, I do online styling, but it's not my main business. Okay, cool. So if you're not getting like the number of people you want, or if you're not, are you building out an email list? Not like, I would totally make sure that you create a guide, and I have a video on that, how to set it up. It would just be so huge for you if you do ever decide like, I want to do even more of that. Having an email list and then having a funnel that you build out, really simple one, will be so huge for you, because this is great. I'm loving it. Okay, amazing work. Let's move on. Okay, yeah, great job. Great job, Marlene, and I love to see your channel. It's 10 o'clock, but you know what? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going because we got more channels to look at. I'm going to do a few more. Like I said, going through this and hearing other people's channels, aren't you like, oh my gosh, I'm realizing there are things that I need to now go in and do for my own channel. If that's you, say I. Thank you. Thank you for those who actually said it and felt like a crazy person in your home. Okay. I'm going back. So we just did, it's me, Marlene. We did family moments fun. We've got handstanding grandma. I don't know what that is, but I love that handle. Handstanding grandma, count me in. 6-year-old inspiring. Oh, wait, let me read this. It says over 6-year-old grandma inspiring with handstands, fitness, fashion, fun. I love it. Okay, so handstanding grandma, are you with us? Yes, she is with us. Okay, let's do handstanding grandma. Okay, I want to. Oh, handstanding grandma, I want you to have a channel banner. If you don't have one yet, search Hey Danie J channel banner, and I have a template that makes it so if you don't use a template, it is the most annoying thing ever. But I have a template that makes it super easy, so I would recommend to watch that video and do that template. Helping others see aging as amazing with fashion, fitness, travel, and handstands. I love that. It seems like, let me see. Okay, so you do have traveling tips. Ooh, she's even on. I see you on the news. Exciting. Okay. It's a lot for me. It feels like a lot of workout videos. So again, kind of what I've been saying to people, like if you could maybe keep it specific. So others see aging as amazing with, and I would start with like with fitness, fashion, travel enhancements. I might just change what do you really want to hone in on, right? Because again, we can be, people want to put us in a box. What box do you want them to put you in? And then let's see, you've got links that you link to of some stuff, but I would say, what's your main goal? What are you trying to pull people into? You need to add that link here. And then you could even add text here that's like saying what's people's next step with you, right? And then you can add in a lot of this information into a YouTube banner. If I scroll down, also huge congrats on 2,170 subscribers. That's huge. You've had 835 videos. Amazing, amazing. You've had over 50 subscribers in the last 30 days. It's really, really, I always think even just one person subscribing to a channel, like, wow, somebody wanted to come back to my channel, right? So it's always an honor to see that. And then you've had over 65,000 views. So that's great work there. I will say also, what is your name? Because it's not here. So again, we're building a personal brand. We need to make sure, well, what it doesn't get much more personal than a name, right? If you don't know somebody's name, then you're not really that close to friends, right? So I want people to be able to be good friends with handstanding grandma. I would put your name here, handstanding grandma, at least somewhere in the channel banner or in this first sentence. If it's not going to be in your YouTube handle, then it needs to be really clear, like right off the bat, what your name is. Okay. If I keep scrolling, we've got your videos and then short. I would say for sure you want to add in playlists here. Okay. Add in playlists. Playlists take your viewers on a journey. Where do you want them to go? What do you want them to understand that you're offering? So you could have your fashion videos, your fitness videos, your travel videos. So say fashion for women over 60, fitness fitness workouts for women over 60, fun fitness workouts. So make it your own, really honing in like who's the type of woman that you're trying to pull into your channel, the woman or men to your channel. Okay. And then let's also look, and I have a video on create, like I've said, how to up a channel with playlists. After this, you can look it up on my channel. I think your thumbnails are look at you're using the same kind of vibe for all. It's clear. Oh, okay, this is handstanding grandma's video. Don't need to have a YouTube logo within the thumb because it's already on YouTube. So I would remove that. It's not helping at all. It detracts, right? So I would take out the thumb. You don't need to do it now, but just moving forward, I wouldn't add them in. Is later in life too late to get in shape? This one's done really well. Amazing. This one has 457 views. Awesome. Here's how you're finally going to get the wheel pose. Love this. Yoga poses for spine strengthening. So videos like this, yoga poses for spine strengthening, you are competing with potentially millions of videos. So I would say you need to make it more specific. So yoga poses for spine strengthening, and I would put it back on like, is this for people that are 60 plus? The more specific you can be, the better when it comes to workout videos, just because there's so many people competing. What makes you stand out? Who is going to be attracted to your channel most? If you know it's going to be people that are in their 60s and 50s, 60s, 70s, then hone in on that, because that really helps us differentiate. And sometimes, you know, with workout videos, it's not just who we're talking about, but it's even the specific things that we talk about that are trending. So like, for example, one of my past MCA students, Rachel, she did Pilates. She realized that there was a hole in the market for wall Pilates. And so she started creating playlists on wall Pilates, and her channel drastically took off. She really hones in on women, I think kind of in their 30s, moms, but those wall Pilates videos, she found this like niche. Boom, it took off. She's about to hit 1 million subscribers. So pretty cool. So anyway, just some notes there, but overall, you're doing great. Think about making the titles a bit more specific, adding that channel banner, but you're crushing it. Great work. And so cool that you've been doing so many things on the news. That's incredible. Okay, I'm just going to think I have time for just 2 more. So hopefully, let me know, has this been helpful? Also, did you fill out the poll? Let me know if you fill out the poll, because I love me some polls, and it's so helpful to kind of see where people are at. Yep, now we're at 43%. My channel isn't growing. If your channel isn't growing, again, where do you need to look? What do we need to understand? We need to understand, are our thumbnails working? Are our titles working? And am I creating content that I know that people are actually wanting to see? Something really helpful too that I have been trying to do more of is, you're so welcome, handstanding grandma, that I've been trying to do more of is look, a key way that YouTubers will grow is you'll find outliers. So you look at smaller channels or medium-sized channels, but you're even bigger channels, and you'll say, what's a video that like did exceedingly well? It's outside the norm. It's an outlier. Why did it do well? Maybe there's something with the title. Maybe there's something with the thumbnail, and you analyze those and you say, okay, how could I relate that to my own niche? How could I take what has worked there and do it in my own niche, in my own way? And that's a really great way to take things that are already working or trends that are working and then make them work for you. So something really cool to look at, like I would look at somebody's channel that kind of in my niche, and I would then go to their channel and I would hit videos, and I would go to most popular videos, and I'd see what are their most popular videos in the last like 6 months to a year. What are ones that have done better than all their other ones? I'm going to analyze those, and I'm going to analyze all my competition's top videos and see, what do they have in common? Are there themes I'm seeing here that I need to hop on? So doing market research for your channel is really key if you're not growing at all. And if you have low click-through rates, that's a big thing too. I would say a lot of times people have really bad thumbnails. Eek, I know I said it, but it's true. Thumbnails are really hard to sometimes make, and I think it's worth it to outsource thumbnails. There are people you can find on Fiverr.com that are like really good at creating thumbnails, and it's $5. Really though, you have to pay a fee. So usually it's like $8 to $13, but like look at this. I'm just going to show you here. I really think if your thumbnails aren't looking good, you need to outsource them. And look, $5, $5, $5, $10, $10. You could click on some people and have them create, like, that's a really nice thumbnail. This one's $30, so you probably maybe aren't going to pay $30 a thumbnail, but maybe you got a big budget, okay? But look at some of these newer thumbnail creators and try them, okay? Because click-through rates matter. All right, thanks, Justin. Work my flow. Okay, let's see here. I know there were some people that emailed me. So if I didn't get to you and I said I would, shoot me an email. Okay, we're going to go to Deborah. Boop. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know, one of the first things that popped up was Labubu. When I don't, because I think Deborah, because your last name is Yaas. I have no clue, but has anyone seen those trending like scary monster dolls, Labubus? Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand, but anyway. Okay, sorry. That just came up on YouTube and my scroll brain had to mention it. Okay. Deborah, let's look at your channel. Okay. Qigong, Nature's Medicine. I've got a neighbor that did I think it's Qigong. Am I saying it right? Okay, so the first thing I would say, I think I love this picture. Qigong, Nature's Medicine. What are you offering on your channel? So you could keep Qigong, Nature's Medicine, but I would be really specific. You could even do like Qigong, I don't know if they're tutorials for who, like, so again, who do you help? How do you help them? Make that really clear. And then change this where it says about, you need to add like a short under 50 character sentence about yourself here that shows. Okay. So what do you want? You don't need to say, hi, I'm Debbie. Welcome to my channel, because people are already on your channel. You just go and you'd say, I'm a Qigong yoga and meditation instructor. Or you could say like Qigong yoga and meditation for blank. And that could be the first sentence. And then you could go into more of this here. Okay. And then you've got a website, Qigong. You've even got an upcoming event. That's awesome. So I would say, what do you want to get people into? You could change this to a link to get people to sign up to work with you, like, live classes with me, and then a little arrow, and then have people click there. Okay. So this sentence here, again, we use to get people to make an action if we have a link to take action with. And this banner, you can't stop. This section here we use to get people to click on a link if we have one. So make that enticing. And then this section up here we use to share who we help and how we help them. How Qigong practice can repair what damage,
Dr. J.
what you have, and just restore what you have left. I would make this shorter right now because it cuts. Qigong practice, repair what you have, repair and restore your body from aging or something like that. I would just kind of tweak this, and I would use my AI prompts to help tweak titles if you need help writing titles, and watch that SEO video. The next thing I would say is definitely add playlists, right? So if you have meditation, you have Qigong, so there should be a clear playlist that talks about, meditation with Deborah to blank, blank, and blank, right? And then there should be another playlist that's senior Qigong practice to reset the body. And then you have all your Qigong tutorials. Okay. So I would definitely make playlists there. And then And then your thumbnails, they look really different, right? There's no clear branding here. So I would say, okay, Deborah, pick one type of stick with showing a picture of you, and instead of any like clip art, I would have a picture of you showing what you're doing. So you could even like take a screenshot of you in this photo and then have the text be senior stretch flexibility. Great. But make them stand out a bit more by having you more as the focus and removing text. So I usually tell people max amount 6 words of text on in YouTube thumbnail, and then stick with the same branding so that it's clear who you are over time, because as you build out your brand, you want people to be like, ooh, that's Deborah's video. And you can't do that if all of your thumbnails are different. So we're trying to build up brand awareness by sticking with the same branding throughout all of our videos. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Amazing. But Deborah, this is looking really solid. I think if you make these tweaks, you're going to see a big shift. Great work on your channel, and cuts on over 1,000 subscribers. Did you know that if you have over 1,000 subscribers, you are in like the point, I guess maybe, are you like, you're in like the under 2% of all YouTubers. Isn't that so wild? Most people never make it past 1,000, never make it to 1,000 subscribers. So if you do that, you're crushing it. So for all those who've gotten 1,000 beyond, amazing. If you're not at 1,000 yet, guess what? Stay consistent and you will get there, because as you're consistent, you continue to improve and get better. And I remember at my first niche when I was teaching English online, so many people just dipped out of YouTube. Why? Because YouTube is a lot of work and life gets crazy. And so people dip out. But those who didn't, man, you create a sustainable business over time. It's so incredible. All right. That is all I have time for today. If I didn't get to you, and I said, I know there were some people that emailed me. If I didn't get to you and I said I would, can you shoot me an email? If I didn't get to you and we haven't talked, I will continue to try and keep doing these. I know they're really helpful. It's great to be able to connect with all of you in the chat box. And yes, okay, I'm just seeing people's comments about the little boo boo. It's the weirdest thing, right? The little monster dolls. Yeah, but you know what? When I was in Tokyo, I would buy like little stuffies and I'd put them on my bag, and I took them off when I came back to America because I'm like, I'm gonna walk around with this purse with like a little dinosaur on it, and people are going to judge me, but I shouldn't have cared. Right now I'm like, wow, I could put them all back because it's cool now. All right. Have an amazing day. I want to just show you this document one more time of what to look at when you are auditing your channel. So you're going to ask, is it clear who you are? Is it clear who you help? Is it clear how you help? Are your thumbnails working? Go and look at that click-through rate. If it's under 4%, you need to revamp. You maybe need to use Fiverr, hire it out, but you need to look and see what is working. My thumbnails used to be so ugly. We can go back and look at my thumbnails. They were so bad. It's a rite of passage. So if your thumbnails are ugly right now, guess what? Mine were too. It's a rite of passage. And we just have to keep improving and looking at what do the top thumbnails have in common? What elements do mine have that others don't? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay. So you need to look and you need to shift your thumbnails. And the general rule is large emotional face, show what you're talking about. So if you're talking about anything like, we had looked at Pastor Robbie's thumbnails. He's showing exactly what he's talking about, these object lessons, right? And then 2 to 3 words of curiosity-driven text. And then are your titles ranking? You need to see, like, are any of your titles showing up in YouTube search? Because that's really going to be so key. So I would highly recommend, like I said, you need to go and watch my my SEO video right after this. If you're going to be spending some time on YouTube this morning, then that's going to be so, sorry. That's going to be so helpful for you. I'm going to add the link right here. Please go watch this SEO video. Okay. I've pinned it. Ba-doop. And, spend time understanding how to write good thumbnails, how to write good titles, how to have strong thumbnails. Okay. Thank you so much for filling out that poll. What's your biggest YouTube struggle right now? Remember, if your channel isn't growing, it doesn't mean that you are doing all the things wrong. It just means you need to be making some small tweaks to be able to see that growth curve come up over time. So if you aren't analyzing other channels, if you aren't analyzing people in your market, and if you aren't talking to people who fit your ideal viewer and really understanding what they want and need, that's usually the cause of you not growing. So make sure that you are really investing time and not just saying, oh my gosh, I need to create another video and just spending time scripting and putting it all together. You need to do the work beforehand to make sure that the content you're making is actually content people want to see. So often we just guess and we throw stuff out. We spend all this time creating and editing. And then when we put it out, we hear crickets, but we didn't do the work beforehand. And I find that that's what most new YouTubers, they don't do, because what fun is that, right? It's not as fun. But if we can really understand upfront what's working in our niche, what's working in other niches, how we are unique, what kind of questions our viewers have and they want to see, and then structuring it and framing it for a way that's for them, what's in it for them. These are the ways that we succeed on YouTube. Okay. The abstinent bachelorette, I will be doing these again soon. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to get to everybody's today. I have you. I'll try and keep others on a list when we do it next time. I'll set a date for next month. And then if you didn't, and you do want to still have an audit or one-on-one, I do offer one-on-ones where you can sign up for an hour call and I dive deep into your channel for a whole hour. And then we kind of come up with a game plan of how you can best scale. So we look at what's working, what's not working, and then how you can go from there. If you click on my link tree, you'll be able to see where you can sign up for those if we weren't able to get to it today. Or if we went over things today and you're just wanting more structured game plan, you can always sign up for an hour call as well. All right. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. So excited for you all, because guess what? Most people don't ever even start on YouTube because it's scary at first when you get started, but you started and you're doing it. And again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So just keep showing up, keep putting that hard work. And I promise you, it is going to pay off. I remember when I didn't start a YouTube channel, I was too scared. I was afraid people would judge me. I thought there wasn't room for me. And look, now it's been life-changing. I can work when I want to work. I can pick my own hours. My channel has really it funds my life. It's crazy, from affiliate marketing to clients. So I would highly encourage you, if you're feeling any discouragement at all about growth, keep up the good work. You have got this. Don't give up. All right, everybody. Bye. Have a great weekend.